It features quite possibly the worst shootout in TV and film history. It's episode 12 of season 1 of The Sopranos. Isabella! Arriba! Not quite Arriba, it's more like Gwynny. But Tony Soprano, this is the episode where two black men decide to kill Tony after the orders of Junior Soprano. And that's where we begin the episode. We're at a funeral, some woman, some decrepit bastard. She looks very old, doesn't she?
Yep.
Open casket. Junior is like shaking because of nervousness. And there's this interaction with Jimmy Altieri where he clearly is in rap mode yet again because he's saying to Junior about, hey, that was good, that kill you did on Brendan. It's like, how obvious can this guy make it?
Is Junior not caught on yet?
No, I think they're kind of playing on the fact that Junior's
caught up and trying
he's old, yeah, that he didn't. But he literally mentions Brendan's full name. May as well said his middle name, throw it in there. And then Junior basically says, has some respect, and tells Jimmy to go to the back door. And then as he's paying his respects, Mikey's basically giving him all the details about, right, this is what's happening to Tony. And again, does he really need to do it at this point? Like, they're literally right beside the woman. They're kneeling down. Mikey's like, right, it's going to be at this newsstand,
mate. Junior doesn't want to know.
It's going to be at 11:10. He's going to pick up the Tropicana, and then they're going to whip out the gun. And Junior's like, for fuck's sake, Mikey, man. No, it's no happening. And we thought, pretty depressing opener in a funeral, but then it's just Tony is lying in bed, dark out, curtains across, and he's like covering his face where you can just see his eyes and nose. And what's happened since the last episode for the guy to be so fucking depressed?
The great Tony Soprano doesn't look so great anymore. Like he's
taking Prozac, lithium. He's got severe depression. Thoughts on this? For a main character to be this depressed, I know it's what they're going for, but do you not honestly feel like this is just going to have an effect when you rate him compared to other people in TV shows?
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if there was meth to cook and Walter was in bed pulling the blankets over his head and he's like, oh, I don't feel like cooking meth today, Jesse. No, there was always $1 to be made.
I see at the end of the day,
there's always dollars to be cooked.
We've said, right, he's like the best character in the show. He's funny as fuck. But seeing he's having a sit down, all someone has to say to him is, here, you're a depresso, a whack job. And what's he got? We see it throughout the show. Like, I mean, people say that and he fucking loses it.
He gets defenseless or defensive.
No, literally, we see Chris talk to Silvio about it, and then Silvio says, well, it's alright, because Winston Churchill and Napoleon were sad fucks. But they led their soldiers, brother. And Tony, he looks out the window, he sees this woman who's doing like laundry. And when I was watching this, I actually thought he was imagining it. But then we see Carmela seeing her. But then it turns out he just imagined that she imagined seeing her.
Yeah.
Which I didn't actually remember. I thought, fuck, she actually does exist. But it turns out she didn't.
So Isabella's not even real. It's just an imagination.
And again,
and Tony's...
Was it a dream? It must have been a dream.
So did he go to the restaurant and does he go and eat by himself?
Again, this is very blurred lines. Like, I mean, all right, we believe in here that he's like, because he's taking that much medication and he's depressed. But like, he actually genuinely believes he's seen this.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a super livid dream and he's lived it.
But he takes this woman out for a meal. They go to a restaurant.
Talks about, my family's for Avellino in Italy, and she's like, oh, Italy, da, 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 da. Brilliant. And as Tony, he's going on his wee routine. I mean, he's just growing stubble. His like shirt's unbuttoned. He just looks greasy. Chris is kind of like noticing the fact he's just depressed, so he decides to follow him. Then we get this like 5-minute like point of view from Chris's car, just following Tony's car. Pretty weird. And it turns out when Tony actually goes to the psychiatrist, he goes through a donut shop, out the back door, and then through the back door the fucking doctors.
And he just, it's like he's auditioning for a role in The Walking Dead. He's literally just stumbling a bit. Like a zombie.
Literally, and he just looks so fucking out of shape and depressed. I mean, at this point, to me, this actually looked more like a dream because it was like a really weird wind, and Chris sees this, and there's these two black guys. Turns out these are the two guys that have been hired to kill him. And Chris won't get the road, so the guy's like fucking, he's like police detective here. And I actually thought it was a pretty good dialogue between them. But again, Chris...
Show me your badge. It's like, fuck off. Get out the way.
Chris
We're going to have to be 2 hits a day, buddy. This guy won't move.
and the fucking Lexus. But Tony, of course, he's away. Chris goes in, can't find him, but like he just opens the door, scans the place for about 2 seconds, and goes, "Here." He's just vanished in the thin air, and gets in his car and drives off.
So nowhere else they could check. Like, it was the quickest check ever. Literally peeks his head in. I don't see him. And away.
I know.
Why is Chris not walking in? It's like, yo, do you see some big fat fuck depressed guy? You know, like
I know, honestly, I didn't really get this. Then we have Junior, like, throwing up in the back seat of a car with Mikey. Turns out they're waiting on the guy that set up the hit, so Junior tells Mikey to set up the hit. He phones a guy called Donnie, who then hires 2 black guys, right? And I'll say this and I'll say it again. If this hit is so important, which of course it is, I mean, he's literally killing his nephew here.
why does he not get his actual lieutenants to do it?
Yeah.
The guys he trusts, his right-hand man. Is that not why you have a right-hand man?
Now, I understand, right? In this business, you hire people outside because you want total deniability, right? But even after this happens, which we'll get to the hit in a minute,
Yeah, but
Chris walks in and goes, this was Junior, wasn't it?
How can you have total deniability when you're using outsiders to do a job like this? That's just going to create deniability. That's just going to create headaches. Like,
I know.
In my opinion, you'd be better off keeping it knit, like closer. Yeah, you're like little circle. Like, I mean, surely by hiring outsiders to kill Tony Soprano. How's that keeping a lid on things? I don't really get that.
I don't know, because I just feel like, you know, if because like they say, they tried to make it look like 2 carjackers rather than like an actual hit. Now, if Mikey and says the other guy like wear masks, then it's like, well, we don't know who it is. That looks a bit suspicious. But
white guys
but
can't
again,
be carjackers.
See, to this point, right? Is Junior really suspicious? Or is Tony like suspicious that Junior's planning anything? Is his crew suspicious of anything that Junior's planning? They know there's a bit of tension, but then no one is thinking in Tony's camp that it's going to escalate to this level soon.
No.
Which, again, to me, is very stupid.
Yeah, there's tension, but no one's expecting Junior to put a hit on Tony. Like,
no, that's
not even Junior's expecting that.
No,
it's like he can't quite believe it. He's like, God, don't talk to me about it. It's like he doesn't even want to acknowledge it.
This guy called Donnie shows up, says, right, some fucking civilian got in the way. Turns out that civilian's actually Christopher. And he says they'll do it tomorrow. And again, it's like, hold on here. This high-profile hit, fuck knows how much money's been thrown at this. And we'll do it tomorrow.
This isn't just something you put off. Like, oh, did you go shopping today and get my cereal? No, I'll go tomorrow.
I know, like, what? I don't know.
Pretty big deal, like.
I know. I thought that was actually incredibly.
Here, did you phone up today about your pass? No, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, this was like incredibly stupid in my opinion. We do get another dinner scene. Junior's not present at this for obvious reasons because I mean he's about to kill the guy. Was he? Again, is it not very two-faced though that like he's like planned this for the last couple of episodes, but he was still showing up to dinner? He was hoovering fucking Tony's meat.
I know.
Off his dinner table, man. But
taking food off Tony's kids' families' dinner.
But this is a pretty funny scene because like Carmela's prepped this dinner. Tony walks down this house coat. Spends about 15 seconds at the table, decides, this is fucking pish.
He goes back to bed.
I
don't blame him.
Then Olivia starts pretending to cry. It's like, I actually... Thoughts on his mum?
I hate her. My least favourite character on the show.
Do you think it's brilliant acting from a point of view of, like, that's exactly what they want you to feel? Or do you genuinely feel they're trying to portray, like, a character where it's, like, they're just old and, like, you have to feel for them? Because I honestly feel like you want to kill her.
I feel like they want.
I feel like if anyone's getting a hit put on them, it should be her.
I feel like they do want you to hate her.
But again, I think there's only so much hate can go. Hate's good if if they're proper against like the protagonist of the show, but she's just a nagging bastard, and it's not good. Tony though, again, more stubble, more on the beard. He's doing his wee routine. And again, this is weird, right? Because see when the hit actually happened, there's no build-up. All the build-up was the previous day. We see like the whole routine, Chris shows up, blah, blah, blah. But here, it's like the next scene is literally Tony. He's at the newsstand. He's buying his Tropicana. Alright, he lets the guy keep the change. He walks over to his car, and what does he see in the reflection? He sees one of the black guys. The black guys are called Ray and Claiborne, right? I don't know which one's which, but what proceeds here is the worst 2 minute shootout I've ever seen in my life. Do you want to talk about it, or should I just bury it?
You go ahead and bet it.
Right, because he whips out his gun, he misses Tony, he hits the Tropicana bottle, which made for a pretty good visual, I'm not going to deny
But
that.
here's the... No, I don't get. The Tropicana bottle burst from the side that was facing the car. So it's impossible for him to shoot that side when he was coming from the other direction.
And I didn't notice it ricocheting off the car door first, so... Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute here, right? Tony's not a skinny guy. He's a big fucking guy.
I don't care if he's a stick
How the
inside.
hell can you fucking miss Tony and shoot the little bottle of orange juice? I mean, come on. Come on.
No, I mean, how much feet is he away here? 15?
Yeah, but he...
15? 20 feet? In fact, it could be 10 feet, I don't know.
If you were aiming for the orange juice, it would have been hard to hit.
I know.
But no, this guy makes a
See, my
perfect
opinion,
shot.
right? This bit's... I'd say it's borderline forgivable. What happens next is not.
But, and like, once the orange juice smashes, Tony has enough time to, like, realise what's going on, open his car door, and jump inside. It's like, is the guy not...
He only
But-
fired 2 bullets, so
is
it's
it-
not like he's out of bullets.
Yeah, it's like, what was he waiting for?
Again, it's awful because, right, why does it, right, so Tony gets in the car, and why does he reach in the car to shoot Tony? I know you can say, well, the last 2 shots prove his aim's pish, so maybe that's why he's reaching in.
Maybe I know they didn't want to shoot him in the face, so maybe he was trying to... But that's not good enough excuse, man. He was trying to get closer to him so he wouldn't hit him.
So hold on, they hired a guy not to shoot him in the face, but he can't hit him from any angle, therefore you can't guarantee
What about
the
that
accuracy.
orange juice? How's that orange juice supposed to... That orange juice can't have needs to have a closed casket now?
I know you're saying they didn't want to shoot him in the face, they could have shot through the car door.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't understand, like, if that's honestly someone's argument about, oh, they wanted an open casket, that is horrendous. I'm sorry.
Well, they did. I mean, they wanted an open... I'm not saying that's the reason. Like, I'm just saying...
No, but if someone actually tries to argue like this hit, like what's Junior going to be more pissed off about, right? The fact they completely botched it from like point blank range.
Or, we
We skimmed his fuck. I mean, they skimmed his ear anyway.
Yeah.
Again, like so, the first guy reaches in, but what's the first guy reaching in aiming to do? You can shoot Tony. Like you don't actually have to reach into the car to shoot him in the torso. You can do it for a wee bit out of the car, right? So then he gets in a struggle with this guy, and it's like, even if you thought this was forgivable, the second guy then shoots in the car for point blank range and shoots his partner.
Like, how the fuck did he miss? Like, I don't get
And
it.
then, right, so after he shoots his partner, he decides, you know what, actually, I'm going to reach into the car. So why is the second guy reaching into the car?
Like, I know we could argue this in the 90s, like, and maybe it was ahead of its time, but come on. How many movies have we seen in the 90s? Shootouts? Lethal Weapon? And come on, there's no excuse for this shootout to be so bad.
And then, like, the guy, why are they reaching into the car? I'm actually lost for words. Whether
You reach into the car and you give Tony the opportunity to get within touching distance of you and wrestle away the gun. Just makes no fucking sense.
No, like, it really...
You would always keep your distance. See if you've got a gun, why the hell would you ever get close enough to the person that they can actually physically reach out and take the gun off you?
I know. And then, like, Tony crashes it. One of them's dead. The other guy got away.
You know, I've never quite understood that as well. You know, when you see maybe people, they've got a gun and they've got holding someone at gunpoint and then they like poke the gun into their back and it's like, right, come this way. It's like, why would you do that?
I know.
Your reaction speed's better be quicker than the person that you're... That make, and I know it's not really any relevant to this here, but that kind of stuff makes zero sense to me. Like,
I mean, just think of all these movie scenes. Like, I just, like, in TV shows, I've never seen anything done this bad. Truthfully. In terms of it, like, I really haven't. But, again, Tony crashes his car, his family show up, then the Agent Harris guy walks in. Carmela's almost sold on the fact, right, I'll rat here and we'll just move to Ohio, but Tony's totally against it, which, alright, that's fair enough. But back to the narrative that they're trying to push here, that it was just a carjacking. You could argue it was that sloppy. It would almost pass as a carjacking. Just nothing professional whatsoever about this. And like, again, where's the second guy? See the way like the first guy walks up and tries to shoot him? Why couldn't the second guy have got him from behind and therefore Tony goes to go for the car? He shoots him. Very stupid. Very crazy. And this just sucked. Then his whole gang shows up at his house. And basically Chris then is like, so it was Junior that did it. So this whole plan of Junior like thinking this was a masterminded plan, like his crew, Tony's crew,
everyone in Tony's crew seems to know it was Junior.
But again, I would have liked to have seen like of them discussing this.
Yeah, why? How did
why is Chris just come in and the first thing he says is because even seeing this scene, he's like, "Oh, I was fishing. I only just heard." Livia and Junior show up literally as they're discussing that, like, "Hi, he's did it." I mean, they're acting all pally, blah blah blah, and then Meadow goes to give it like the meal at the wee snack tray, and then Livia's like, "Who's Meadow?" And then Junior, you see Junior clock here, like, holy shit, is she that got dementia here? And I've literally been taking orders from her. But again, why is he taking orders from her? So much reliance on, oh, but she was the wife of the guy that used to run the crew. So fucking wet. What? So Junior's just going to let her, this decrepit bastard, run the crew? Again, this sucked in my opinion. And like, I think it's a pretty decent scene when he confronts her at the nursing home, but then he like kind of like properly realizes that she's showing signs of dementia, and she's like, well, it's going to happen to you too, Junior. Prediction, do you think it'll happen to Junior, or do you think he's alright?
Junior seems to have his brain cells.
See, to be fair, I think scenes in this episode kind of already show that he's like not all there.
Well, him hiding in the back of the truck, the car, I thought was a bit weird.
And like Mikey, I mean, again, yeah, like that killing of that guy, I think that was justified. What? Because he just made the whole. That just shows you how paranoid he is. The guy went, "What is it? Did his own mother do it? Like it's a joke?" And Junior's like, "Oh, this guy's going to run his mouth, Mikey. You need to kill him."
Yeah, I didn't think that was justified, but
yeah, that sucked. Dr. Melfi meets with Tony. Tony's like, "Who have you told about this?" Because he's not happy. Because, oh fuck it, is this the reason there's been a hit against me? And then yeah. Tony finds out that Isabella wasn't real, and then when he's on the phone to Dr. Melfi, he's like, I'm going to be even better when I find out who organised the hit. So yeah, you kind of get like the action of, I mean, it's the main character almost getting killed, so it's not like it's not like it completely sucked. Even if I think what actually happened in it is awful, but then like it just died. The episode kind of just dies down. It's more about here. Remember, you seen that at the start of the episode? This woman that didn't exist. Again, I feel like it was a very weak episode. I feel like the last couple of episodes,
were a lot better. I was kind of excited.
There was a lot of hype about fuck Junior's getting this hit on Tony. How's that going to play out? And then it kind of just fucking disaster.
Yeah,
I'm giving it a 4. What are you giving?
It's underwhelming. I'll get a 5.
4.5 out of 10. Would you say it's one of the worst scenes in TV history?
Yeah, it's almost comical how bad it is.
It is. I mean, I'm thinking of shootouts, like iconic shootouts. This is. I mean, look at like Hank and Gomi against Jack's gang.
Yeah, how well that was done. And I know that's like.
Imagine Jack walked over and missed Hank with his last bullet and had to keep him alive.
And I know that's like, 15 years later, but still. I mean, come on. There's loads of stuff's been done in the 80s and 90s. Like, it should have been better than this.
No, I don't know why it was so bad. Like, I mean, are they trying to play up that Tony's lucky? To give him a new lease of life? No, fuck. I mean, there was 100 different ways this could have happened, rather than 2 guys reaching into the car. Honestly, man, just sucked. Like, even if he gets into the car, right, and then that guy goes to shoot him, but then his teammate on the other side tries to shoot Tony, then hits his teammate, rather than like the whole tussle between all 3 of them in the car. It sucked. 4.5 out of 10. Next up is the season finale. What's your predictions for the season finale?
I'm not too sure. Will we get any deaths? We'll have to wait and see.
You have to pick one death. Who's dying?
Oh,
the other black guy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy Altieri.
Aye.
We capo Jimmy. He's going to get capped. The capo's getting capped. 4.5.
No, wait, it's Jimmy the traitor guy, no?
Aye, the guy was speaking to him at the start of the episode. The guy was in his basement.
Aye, him. That's
Aye.
who I think's going down.
Aye, Jimmy Altieri. He's dead. He's going downtown.